I think the opportunity for India is extraordinary. Since post-COVID, we've seen 330% growth on direct services between Melbourne and India. Of course, there's great ties to Victoria and India with the cricket, international students. We have over 1 million students in Australia, but we have over 40% of those in Melbourne. And we know that visiting family and relatives between India and Melbourne is about 3 trips a year. So the growth opportunities are extraordinary. Being here firsthand, listening to Air India and Indigo on their plans and their aircraft orders, we are really ready to accept that growth and lean into that, which is why we're here.
And when we talk about passenger metrics and the movement and the flow of passengers through Melbourne Airport, you gave me a figure of 33 million, which is a very solid figure in terms of what we can expect for 2025 and beyond. What do you have in mind?
So we're lucky enough to be the first airport in Australia to be over 100% pre-COVID capacity internationally. And we're also lucky enough to have our entire precinct under one roof, and with future plans for terminal expansions, road expansions, the incoming rail, and our third runway is under approval currently. So we're lucky that our master plan sees a vision to get us to 70 to 100 million passengers still in that precinct. So we're at 33 million now, and we will double that in the next 20 years.
It's not going to be smooth sailing, though, is it? Why is it taking so long to build the airport rail link? And is that a problem in terms of connectivity to metropolitan Melbourne if that continues to be delayed?
Sure. We've had some real challenges with the train. The train has been talked about in Melbourne since the 60s, and so I can't speak for all the history, but I can speak for the last few years. And what the delay has really been a difference of opinion on the design. So we are a long-term planning infrastructure business, and we also plan for expansions to the midfield terminals, and we know that putting the train underground is the best outcome for the airport. I saw that when I arrived in obviously many of the airports across the world, that the underground integration into terminals is the best opportunity for mass transit. So that's our position, and that's taken a little bit longer to negotiate with the state and the federal government, because the challenge for us is we have a couple of masters. We work with the state, but we're also federal land. So we have a number of parties to work with. It's not a problem now because we have a great road system. We have a mass transit solution with our buses. They go every 10 minutes, mass transit buses into the city. It's only a 20-minute trip. But of course, as the population grows, we absolutely need more mass transit solutions to the airport.
Lorie, have you got a baseline assumption that you're working with, an aspirational target as to when you want to see that airport rail link materialise? Are we talking about 3 to 5 years or sooner?
Yes, I'd love to say 3 to 5 years, but I think the reality of the build, because of the length from the city to the airport, I would hope that we will be seeing it no later than 2033. So in the next 10 years, we should absolutely have a train to the airport.